Good evening, Lancer fans, and welcome to Lawrence High School here in Lawrence, Massachusetts for this matchup in varsity wrestling between your Lawrence High School Lancers and the Milford Scarlet Hawks. Milford coming in the favorite here today. They are one of the better teams here in the state. This dual meet action coming to you from Lawrence High. It is December the 15th. 2021, and we want to thank you for joining us here on LPS Media. My name is Jay Oza, here with you for all the play-by-play commentary. It is our first broadcast here of the winter athletic season here in Lawrence. Things somewhat slightly back to normal here during the COVID-19 pandemic. You'll notice masks all over the gym, especially the competitors on the mat wearing their masks during the matches. So we want to thank our producer and video editor, Mr. Luis Lopez, for making this broadcast possible. Once again, my name is Jay Oza. We're going to start tonight in the 106-pound weight class. Aiden Baum for Milford checking in, as you can see over there at the scorer's table. And the Lancers are going to forfeit here at the 106 category. And so, Baum gets the win. His right hand to the sky, and Milford gets a 6-0 lead here thanks to the forfeit in the 106 category. Now we'll get to the action here at the 113 weight category. Gian Castro for the Lancers getting set to check in. And Mikey Boulanges for Milford. Once again, this is the 113 weight category. Castro for Lawrence High in the white uniform with the blue trim, and Boulanges in the red uniform for Milford. And here we go. After the forfeit at 106, we're underway with 113. Boulanges on top here. He's got the early advantage. Gian Castro trying to fight to get to his feet. These two doing battle here in the 113-pound weight category. Going over to the left side of the mat. Boulanges in control here. Boulanges awarded with 2 points here so far. Castro on his stomach now, trying to work his way back up to his feet. Boulanges doing a good job trying to get the pin. Here he goes. He's got one shoulder down. Can he get the second? Referee takes a look. Let's see. Castro trying to fight to keep that shoulder up. It's getting close, and there's the pin for Mikey Boulanges at 113. And they shake hands. Mikey Boulanges gets the pin over Castro. 12-0 Milford here as we move to 120. That pin coming 1 minute and 6 seconds into the matchup between Boulanges and Castro. And here we go to the 120-pound weight category. It's going to be Robbie Lyons checking in for Milford. And it'll be Kellen Pena for Lawrence High. Here we go, underway at 120. Pena and Lyons. What a takedown there by Lyons. He gets Pena up off the mat and sends him down. Lyons with the advantage here. He's got the left arm of Pena locked in for the moment. Pena on his stomach, and Lyons still with a good lock around that left arm. Whistle here. And an illegal hold there called against Lyons. So Lawrence, as you might have heard, 1 point for green Lancers the green wristband tonight, Milford the red wristband. And so 1 point awarded to Pena on the technicality. And Lions resumes with the advantage here over Pena. 2 points so far in the match, as you can see here on our broadcast graphic. 2-1 the score here between Pena and Lions. Pena keeps the shoulder up, but Lions trying to get the pin here. Both coaches advising from either side. Lions has had the advantage throughout this entire match so far, still here in the first period. But Pena is doing a good job to stay alive here. On his stomach. And now Lions goes to work again on the left arm. He's got it hooked. Trying to flip him over for the pin. He's got a chance at it, and the referee's going to take a look. He's got the pin. 1 minute and 51 seconds into the period. Lions has the pin, and it is 18-0 in favor of Milford. 2 pins and a forfeit. And we move to 126 for the Lancers checking in. It looks like it's going to be Jaza De Jesus. And on the right side of your screen in the red uniform, it's going to be Alex Castro for the Scarlet Hawks. De Jesus gets himself fired up to the center of the mat. Castro joins him. They shake hands, and here we go. We are ready for the 126-pound weight category. The Lancers trying to get on the board here. And early on, it's Castro with an advantage. De Jesus on his knees here, showing plenty of energy. Ready to get to his feet. Spins around now, trying to take advantage here, but Castro does a good job to wrap himself right back around. He's got control of the right leg of De Jesus. No points awarded so far here in this match between De Jesus and Castro. A whistle there over on the far side of the mat as the competitors go slightly out of bounds. And we will reset here in the center of the mat. Referee just making sure that Castro gets a fair advantage here on De Jesus, as Castro had the advantage when the two went out of bounds just a moment ago. Again, it's Castro in red for Milford and De Jesus in white and blue for the home team, Lawrence High, in this dual meet. Tough task here for the Lancers tonight. Milford, one of the best in the state. Lancers will be happy tonight to get a few points on the board. They're already down 18-0. And let's see what they can do against one of the toughest squads out there. Castro taking De Jesus to the mat, getting close to the pin here. De Jesus fighting, squirming. Does a great job to avoid the pin. He gets the right shoulder up. That's huge for De Jesus. Keeping that right shoulder up off the mat. Intensity increasing here. De Jesus has to adjust the mask here. And that's the end of the first period. Great job there by De Jesus at the end of the first period to keep his shoulders up off the mat. That right shoulder almost hit the ground. That was a pretty good matchup. And De Jesus and Castro will get to take a quick break here as we have a bloody nose here for Alex Castro. And so it'll take a moment to get him patched up. 5 points awarded to Alex Castro in that very first period out of 3. And folks, we'll take this opportunity to remind you to check out the Lawrence Public Schools YouTube channel. You can check out the entire fall athletic season, all of our broadcasts from the fall athletic season, boys soccer, football as well. This is our first broadcast of the winter athletic season, so we want to thank you so much for joining us. Our next broadcast is going to be Friday night, the 17th of December. The Lawrence High boys basketball team will be taking on Lowell. Just a slight delay here as we need to get the blood cleaned up, as Alex Castro got 5 points in that first period, but blood was shed. Not an abnormal situation here in varsity wrestling. Just need to clean things up, get the mat cleaned up, and get the competitors all set to go here for the second period. 5-0, Castro leads De Jesus, and it's 18-0 overall here in this dual meet with Lawrence High hosting Milford. This is the first dual meet of the season for Lawrence High. The last time they competed, well, it was the first time for this particular season. The 2021 season was on Saturday, December 11th, that is. The Lancers in a quad meet against Waltham, Neshoba, and Cumberland, Rhode Island. Lawrence High had a few standouts in that competition. We'll tell you more about that as the broadcast goes on. For now, we are just about ready to get back to the action here between Castro and De Jesus. Once again, this is the 126-pound weight class. And De Jesus is going to start with the advantage here. Let's see if he can keep it. Very quickly, Castro regains control as he had throughout most of the first period. He did gain 5 points in that first period. Here we are in the second as they go out of bounds over on the far left side of the mat. And they will reset here. Another 2 points awarded to Castro here early in the second period between these two, 126-pound weight category. It's been Castro leading the way here. Very tough Milford squad here out on the road in this early season dual meet. The Scarlet Hawks are off to an excellent start here. A couple pins and a forfeit to give them the 18-0 advantage. The Lancers trying to get on the board here. Castro throwing De Jesus to the ground here. He's got a lock on the left arm of De Jesus. And that's been critical here. Now he's grabbing the right arm as well. Over to the right side of the mat, and they're called out of bounds here. Castro with the cotton ball there in his nose. Cotton ball and a mask over his face, so might be a little bit harder for these competitors to breathe. But give them a lot of credit here for competing with the masks on in the early part of this season here. Time running out here in the second period between Castro and De Jesus. Once again, it's Castro in red, De Jesus in white. Good effort there by De Jesus to try and flip and counter. Time runs out here in the second. Again, a great effort at the end of the first period, and again, a great effort at the end of the second period by De Jesus in an effort to first resist the pin and now trying to counter against Castro. Castro well ahead here. Looks like he's going to pick up some points for his team, but a lot of credit here to De Jesus for resisting the pin. Third and final period between these two here at 126. 7-0, Castro of Milford in the lead. De Jesus going for the legs. Still on his feet. Now he's taken down to the knees by Castro. Castro with a grip on the wrists. Now goes to the midsection. Close to a pin there, but De Jesus spins out of it. Gets a round of applause for that maneuver. Castro trying to flip over De Jesus, and De Jesus has not been able to get the offense going here in this matchup, but give this kid a lot of credit for playing defense. He is staying alive, just absolutely refusing to take the pinfall here. Castro trying with all his might to try and flip over De Jesus. Here he goes again, trying to flip him over using the left arm. And De Jesus squirming away. 2 more points are awarded to Castro here in the third. De Jesus escapes. Excellent escape, and he's going to get the point for it. 1 escape point, and that is the first point for De Jesus. 10 seconds to go here in the third. Time running out. And De Jesus can't get the offense going, but the defense, excellent. Good job by De Jesus. No pin here at 126. Castro gets the victory. A lot of credit to Alex Castro fighting through the bloody nose. 11-1 the score, as Alex Castro defeats De Jesus of Lawrence. 11-1 the score. So it's 22-0. So 4 points added to the total for the major decision as we get ready for the 132-pound weight category. Joseph Testa in red. Milford's Testa will be going against Joel Garcia of Lawrence High. And here we go, underway from 132. Testa against Garcia. A lot of action here right at the beginning. Testa getting points for the takedown. Garcia resisting, gets back up to his feet. Can he escape? It's going to be points going both ways. Testa trying to turn around. Both on their feet here, grappling in the middle of the mat. Testa and Garcia fired up after watching Castro and De Jesus at 126. Here at 132, these guys biding their energy, and they're going after it here in the first period. Reset here, ready to grapple again, staying in bounds here. Garcia back to the middle, Testa on the offensive. Testa very offensive here so far. Garcia got 2 points for the takedown. Testa got 2 points for a takedown and 1 for an escape. So that's where we're at, 3-2 here in the first. Testa with 3 points, Garcia with 2 here at 132. That one escape from Joseph Testa is the difference in this matchup here so far. Still the first period between these two. Joel Garcia for Lawrence High, grappling with Testa. Most of this matchup, that's the end of the first period, most of this matchup with these two wrestlers both on their feet. Pretty much the opposite of the previous matchup between Castro and De Jesus. That competition was done mostly on the mat, but Testa and Garcia both on their feet, and it's 3-2. Testa with the lead, 2 points for a takedown, 1 for an escape. And Garcia also got 2 for a takedown. Garcia has to grab a fresh mask as his was ripped. And we have a fresh mask here, ready to roll. Garcia will put that on and we'll get ready for the second period. Our dual meet score here, Milford with the lead, 22-0. And our matchup between Testa and Garcia is a close one, 3-2. Joseph Testa of Milford in the lead as we get ready for the second period here between these two competitors in the 132-pound weight category. And they're going to start from the neutral position. Here we go. Should be another exciting period between these two. Garcia looks like he's trying to go low, trying to bring Testa to the ground. Out of bounds here, near side. Down to one knee goes Garcia. Nice takedown there. Excellent maneuver by Joel Garcia. Gets a round of applause from the crowd here and his teammates. Testa is able to counter though. Now Testa finds himself in control. Garcia trying to get himself up. Testa hanging on to the back of Garcia. Testa with a lock on the upper body of Joel Garcia. Garcia staying strong, trying to get himself back up to his feet. Here we are in the second period between these two competitors. Testa in control here. And that's going to be a warning against Testa. Referee saying that Testa hadn't really moved for the last 10 seconds, so Testa receives a warning. No points awarded either way there. Testa still in the lead here, and Garcia will be at a disadvantage here as we reset here, late stages of the second period between these two at 1:32. Right at the center of the mat. It's still an advantage for Testa. Garcia gets to his feet, though, trying to get an escape point here. Now he's knocked back down to the mat. So points awarded to both sides here in the second. Both competitors get takedowns. As we move to the third. And Testa still leading. He'll be at the disadvantage here as we start the third period. Escape points here for Testa, starting at the disadvantage. And he manages to escape the grasp of Joel Garcia. Garcia down on the mat now. Testa is going to try to flip him over and get a pin here in the third. Testa with a wrap around the left leg of Garcia. Now he's going to try to get the shoulder down. The right shoulder's down. Now the left shoulder. Can he get the left shoulder down? Testa's right arm is behind the neck of Garcia. Garcia escaping the pin for now here in the third period. Just 40 seconds to go here in the third. Garcia in danger here of losing a major decision. But Testa still on the offensive, trying to pick up the pin here for Milford. And we have whistles here as the mask comes off. And the mask is intact, so these two will continue the third period in just a moment here. 11-4 is the score here, as you can see. 22-0 here in the dual meet. Time running out here in the third. And that'll do it. Major decision victory for Joseph Testa. As the two shake hands here. And Milford wins another one. 11-5, the final score after one escape point was awarded to Garcia there in the third. .106, 113, 120, 126, and 132, all in the books now. Let's move on to 138 here from Lawrence. It's going to be Patrick Murray in red for the visiting Scarlet Hawks of Milford, and Anthony Velasquez for Lawrence High here, going at it at the 138 slot. Murray and Velasquez. Velasquez for Lawrence in the white uniform with the blue trim, and for Milford, it's Patrick Murray. Whistle here in the early going. Again, got to get these masks all squared away. It's a rough sport, and it's very easy to see these masks come off, see them snap. Again, a lot of credit to the competitors for breathing through those masks as they are doing battle here on the mat. And they make sure to have a mask on at all times when competing. So Velasquez over here talking to his coach, getting the mask situation all squared away as Patrick Murray awaits him. All set to go here. Back to the action here in the first period. And here we go. Velasquez trying to go low here. Grappling. Looking for the knee of Murray. Picks him up, takes him down. What a moment there for Anthony Velasquez. He's got the advantage over on the far side of the mat. Murray trying to get to his feet here. Quick whistle here as the referee has a word for Anthony Velasquez. And we're going to have a quick break here as there is some blood on one of the competitors. Similar to earlier in the matchup, got to make sure that is all cleaned up here as blood has been shed. Patrick Murray will get himself cleaned up. We'll get the mat all cleaned up here. Once again, this is the 138-pound weight category. Right now, it's Velasquez in the lead here. 2-1 is the score. Hawks have 25 on the board here for the dual meet. The Lancers still trying to get on the board. Anthony Velasquez of Lawrence did compete back on Saturday, December the 11th. He did not win, so Velasquez trying to pick up his first victory of 2021. Joel Garcia, who we saw in the last matchup, Garcia lost to Joseph Testa. Garcia was able to go 2-0 on December 11th, Saturday evening, in the meet with Waltham, Neshoba, and Cumberland, Rhode Island. Murray looks all set to go. Velasquez looks all set to go. And the referee heads on over to the scorer's table to get everything squared away before we return to the action here at 138. 25-0. Milford. They are one of the best squads here in the state, and they are certainly impressing the fans here at Lawrence High. Velasquez again with the advantage here over Murray. Velasquez with a handle on the left arm of Patrick Murray. Velasquez with a good solid wrap around the upper body of Murray. Now goes for the midsection. Murray gets to his feet and he's brought down almost for the pin. And here we go. Velasquez had just a quick second to try and go for the pin, but Murray was able to escape. All right, Murray back over to the athletic trainer. A blood-soaked cotton ball falls out of his nose. He gets a fresh one, and here we go, just about ready to get back to the action. Ten seconds remaining in the period here. Again, Velasquez had a very brief chance to get a shoulder down on Murray, but Murray does a great job flipping himself over to his stomach, and that's the end of the period. The next period will start here with the two wrestlers in the neutral position. Grappling in the center of the mat. Velasquez trying to get the takedown. And they're out of bounds over on the left side of the mat. Back to the center they go, again from neutral position. No points awarded yet in this period. Velasquez coming close to the camera here, showing some good power in the lower body, able to move Murray to the near side of the mat. Murray trying to go low. Close to the boundary, and yes, they are called out of bounds after Patrick Murray went for the lower body of Anthony Velasquez. And Murray will have the advantage here on the reset. Murray with the advantage here, getting to his knees and getting up is Velasquez. And now Velasquez with a hold on the midsection. Murray turns it around. These two wrestlers starting to show a little bit of fatigue here at 138. It's a 3-2 lead so far for Patrick Murray. Anthony Velasquez trying to get Lawrence High on the board here in this dual meet. Murray trying to get a pin here. He's got the right shoulder down. Murray almost had both shoulders down. Let's see. Murray looking to the referee. What happened first? Was there a pin or did the period end? Velasquez was able to survive there, so points awarded to Murray. 5-2 now. 2 takedowns for Murray there in the second. Now we are in the third period. First half of this matchup, Velasquez had the advantage, and now it's Murray going on the offensive. Murray throwing Velasquez to his left. 7-2 our score here at 138. Murray with a chance here. Velasquez in trouble. There's the pin. Murray gets it in the third period. 4 minutes and 59 seconds into the match. A hard-fought battle that is won in the end by Patrick Murray. He gets the pin. He gets 6 points for his squad. Velasquez fought hard, used up a lot of his energy in those first 2 periods. Murray takes advantage and gets the third period pinfall. Getting ready for 145 now. Davidson Thiamsi. He's a veteran for Lawrence High. 6 points added to the total for Milford, as you can see there. It's 31-0. Milford on top. Davidson Thiamsi at 145 for the Lancers is going to go against Francisco Fernassi. Here's Thiamsi. Thiamsi going low. Thiamsi with the advantage so far over Fernassi. He gets him to the mat. And Davidson trying to flip over Fernassi. Thiamsi with the advantage here. Thiamsi looking for the pin early in the first period. Can he get it? Davidson Thiamsi. Can he get that right shoulder down of Fernassi? He's trying. He's got the leg hooked. Can he get the pin? Yes, he does. Davidson Thiamsi makes quick work of Francisco Fernassi. What a win. It was 25 seconds into the matchup. Davidson Thiamsi gets the pin for Lawrence. The Lancers are on the board here in this dual meet. What an effort there by Davidson. The Lancers get 6 points added to the total. Paul Itough for Milford here. And Giancarlos B at 152 for Lawrence High. Itough with the advantage here. Giancarlos for Lawrence trying to stand himself up here. This is the 152-pound weight category here in the early going. It's Paul Itough with the advantage on Giancarlos B. And he gets the pin 42 seconds into the first period. So the Lancers get a pin from Thiamsi, and Milford answers right back with a pin of their own. 31-6 is our score, as you can see here on the graphic. As we get ready now for 160. Danny Alves in red for Milford checks in, and Jersino Morales for the Lancers. There's the updated score there on the graphic for you. 37 now for the Hawks after that pin. Jersino Morales for Lawrence High. He's at the disadvantage right now. It's Danny Alves for Milford, who's trying to roll over Morales. Alves still with the advantage here. We are at, once again, the 160-pound weight category. close to a pin now. Alves with the advantage on Morales. He's got points for the takedown, but he wants this first period pin. Can he get it? Referee takes a look. Yes, he does get it. Good effort, and it took 1 minute and 15 seconds for Danny Alves to get the pin on Jersino Morales. Six points added to the total for Milford. It'll be 43-6 as we head to the 182-pound weight category. And we are underway here at 182. Checking in for Milford, Matt Donis. Donis in red. And for the Lancers, it's Armani Maldonado. Beg your pardon, there's a correction. Jumping ahead here. We are at 170. The last match with Alves defeating Morales. We are now at 170. And it's Ryan Donovan, who is the Milford wrestler in the red uniform. Azaiz David for Lawrence High. (43-6) after the pin at 160 by Danny Alves over Jersino Morales. Here we are at 170. Donovan for Milford and David for Lawrence. It's going to be an escape point here for David as the mask comes off here. As David. David wrestled on Saturday, and he went 2-1. Great effort by David to pick up a couple of victories. David was wrestling at 182 on Saturday. Today he's at 170. Donovan trying to pull David down to the ground. David trying to reach around. Nice spin move there at the end of the period. Donovan gets 2 for the takedown, and David gets 1 for the escape, so it's 2-1. Donovan leading here as we move to the second. Here we go, just about ready for the second. Here we go. It's going to be David starting with the advantage and Donovan trying to escape. Donovan gets to a knee, gets to his feet. He does get the escape point. He gets a takedown credit as well here. 5-1 now after these second period points awarded to Ryan Donovan. And Azai's David once again has to get the headgear all squared away here, the mask as well. Seven to 1 here in this matchup between David and Donovan. Both wrestlers back to their feet here. David trying to go high here on Donovan. As they get ready to grapple now, he goes low, and Donovan turns that into his advantage. He's got a hold on the midsection with his left arm and a hold on the right arm of Azai's David. Donovan trying to control the left arm now. As time runs out in the period, we'll move to the second. The period will start. Donovan has the advantage. Here we go. David fighting to get to his feet right off the whistle. Donovan going for the right arm. David struggling to get to his feet here. 9 to 2 here. Clear advantage here for Ryan Donovan. David quickly able to get to his feet. Gets the escape. And close to a pin here. Donovan does get the pin. Smooth move. Donovan took advantage of one mistake by David. Gets himself the pin, and we move to 182. It'll be 49 to 6 now. After the pin for Milford. Let's get ready for the 182-pound weight category. Four matchups left here in the night. 182, 195, 220, and heavyweight. This is Matt Dennis to check in for Milford, and Armani Maldonado at 182 for Lawrence High. 49-6 after Donovan gets the pin over David. Here we go. We are ready for 182. A lot of third period pins so far in tonight's matchups. Murray over Velasquez, a third period pin. Donovan with the pin at 170 over David. And a couple of early pins as well. Lyons over Pena at 120. That was a first period pin. Davidson Thiamsi, the lone victory for Lawrence over Francisco Fernasi. He got a takedown and a pin. Very quick one. And that was the bright spot of the night so far for the Lancers. Dennis here with the advantage over Maldonado. Still in bounds over here, but right on the edge, and now they're out. Here we go, Dennis with the advantage after they go out of bounds. Fighting to get to his feet right away, Armani Maldonado, but Dennis does a good job to withstand that energy from Maldonado. Again, Maldonado trying to stand here. Maldonado able to get to his feet now. Maldonado trying to turn it into some offense. Hanging on to that left leg of Dennis. Maldonado gets credit for an escape. Now going low on Matt Dennis. Time running out here in the period. And we'll go to the second here with the score 2 for Dennis, 1 for Maldonado. Takedown for Dennis and an escape for Maldonado. And let's go to the second period here. Now Matt Donis trying to stand himself up, and the advantage to Maldonado as we start the second period. Donis with both knees on the mat, trying to get himself back up in an upright position. Now he's got both knees up, trying to stretch himself out and get himself back up. Maldonado using his weight to keep him down. Donis with the advantage here for the moment now. He's got a wrap around the left, beg your pardon, yes it is actually the left leg now. On top of Maldonado. Armani Maldonado here at 182. Matt Donis at 182 for Milford. Lancers down 49-6. Trying to come up with some points here towards the end of this dual meet. And whistles here for a potentially dangerous hold. And we'll reset here. Middle part of the second period between Maldonado and Donis. 4-1 so far. As you can see there on the graphic, Matt Donis leading Maldonado of Lawrence here in the second period. 2 points awarded for the takedown here in the second by Donis. Donis with an arm around the left leg of Maldonado. Now he goes to the midsection. And now to the upper body. Trying to flip over Maldonado. And try and get himself a pin here in the second. But Maldonado fighting against it. Time running out here in the second. And time does run out. Matt Donis so far with the advantage over Maldonado at 182. Four to one still Matt Donis on top. 49-6, Milford leading Lawrence, and Matt Donis leading Armani Maldonado here as we begin the third period here at 182. 3 matches left in the night after this. Here we go. This is a good, interesting third period so far. Donis going for the pin. Maldonado trying to get some offense here. He's down by 3. Donis working on the arms here, trying to get control of those arms so he can flip over Maldonado. But Maldonado is hanging in there, hanging tight. He's trying to use his strength to get back up onto his knees first, then his feet. 50 seconds to go here in the third. And that's a great pin attempt here by Donis. Can he get the shoulders down? He does. You heard the whistle. And Matt Donis gets the pin and the win over Armani Maldonado. Again, a third period pin, just like in the last matchup between David and Donovan. Donovan got a third period pin at 4:55 over David. And Matt Donis at 4:18 gets the third period pin over Armani Maldonado. And here we go. This is going to be Chris Garcia for Lawrence High. Very excited to see Chris Garcia here at 195. He was 2-1 on Saturday, December 11th against competitors from Waltham, Neshoba, and Cumberland, Rhode Island. So really looking forward to seeing him here at 195 against Milford. It's going to be Cam Phillips for the Scarlet Hawks. Here we go. Underway at 195. Garcia and Phillips going at it here in the 195-pound weight category. No points yet here in the first. Both of these wrestlers still here on their feet. No points. Just some grappling here. These two squaring each other up. Cam Phillips going for the upper body here, as Garcia able to pull him to the far side. Great camera shot here from Lawrence High. Milford and Lawrence here in the Merrimack Valley on a Wednesday night. It's December 15th, 2021. It's a pleasure to have you here for tonight's broadcast. My name is Jay Oza, and we want to thank our camera crew, as well as our producer and video editor, Mr. Luis Lopez. Thank you to LPS Media for making this broadcast possible, as Garcia gets Phillips down to the mat. Nothing there, says the referee, as Phillips is able to get back up, so no points awarded so far. Here, first period. These two competitors here at 195. Doing their best for their teams. Lawrence High, only points so far as the first period comes to an end. Only points so far coming on the first period pin by Davidson Thiamsi over Francisco for Nasi. Garcia trying to get some points for the Lancers. Nothing so far after the first. Let's go to the second. $55-6 after the pin in the last matchup. Lancers won't be winning this dual meet, but they'd love to get some points and some confidence for their big guys here at the bottom of the lineup. Garcia here grappling. 1 point so far awarded in the second. And that was an escape by Cam Phillips. Let's see if Garcia can get on the board here in this matchup. Under a minute to go now here in the second. 1-0 with Phillips leading Garcia. We'll have a whistle and a reset here. As the referee has a quiet word for both the competitors here in the center of the mat. Going low is Phillips. Garcia going for the takedown here. Can he get it? He does. He gets points for the takedown, and out of bounds they go. And just like that, Chris Garcia takes the lead over Cam Phillips. Big moment there as he gets credit for the takedown on the far side. And Phillips does go out of bounds along with Garcia, but the points were awarded there on that takedown before they went out of bounds, and that's really good news for Chris Garcia and the Lancers. So Garcia does have a 2-1 lead here. Very close matchup between these two. Wow, great effort there by Phillips to try and escape the hold. And great job there by Chris Garcia to hang on till the end of the second period. And let's go to the third. It's 2-1, Garcia leading Phillips. Lancers only have one win on the night. It was Davidson Thiamsi getting a first period pin in the first half minute of the matchup at 1:45 against Fernasi. Here we go to the third. Garcia of Lawrence leading Phillips of Milford. Lawrence High trying desperately to get another win on the board here. They won't be winning this dual meet, but can they get another victory here at home in this first dual meet of the year? Warning for Cam Phillips, a stalling warning. So Garcia at the disadvantage here, trying to get some points for escaping here. And the trainer's got to come out here for a moment and treat Cam Phillips. Little bit of blood on his face, so we want to make sure that's all cleaned up and he's all set to go here as It'll be a good opportunity for these two wrestlers at 195 to take a breather and maybe regain a little bit of energy here in the third period at 195. Folks, once again, thank you for joining us here on LPS Media. My name is Jay Oza. Our producer is Luis Lopez. Our next broadcast Friday night, it's going to be December the 17th. The Lancers boys basketball team right here in this very gym will host Lowell for an early season MVC matchup. Very excited to see some basketball right here in the gym. All right, third period action. Garcia leading 2-1. Garcia trying to escape here. Can he do it? Phillips has the advantage. Garcia, if he can escape, then he would extend his lead. He's up 2-1. That was an inadvertent whistle. Good job by the referee explaining the situation. Phillips showing some frustration. He was almost going to get called for stalling again. Garcia trying to escape here. Again, it's third period action. And pressure is on for these two. Cam Phillips down here. Chris Garcia fighting here. Intense moments in the gym here in this third period. Can Chris Garcia get himself up here and extend his lead? Time running out here in the third. It's all tied up, 3-3 here. Exciting moments. Garcia gets to his feet, gets the point. Huge moment in this matchup. It's 4-3. That's a huge moment. What an amazing moment for Chris Garcia. Time runs out, and that escape gives the victory to Chris Garcia. 4-3. As the two shake hands, and the Lancers get 3 more points on the board. That was just fantastic. All tied up at 3. Garcia needed an escape to win, and he got it. And the two shake hands and hug it out at the end. That was just an epic matchup between Garcia and Phillips. It went down to the very end. And the Lancers, Chris Garcia, gets the victory thanks to an escape in the final seconds of that matchup. And we'll clean up the mat here a little bit here in Lawrence as we get ready for 220. That's Darlin Sicard out there for Lawrence. Here we go, underway at 220. Sicard and Baldwin. Baldwin going low here in the first period. Sicard with a good hold on the upper body. Mason Baldwin for Milford, and it's Darlin Sicard for Lawrence. Whistle here as the referee wants to take a look at the map once again. Make sure it's cleaned up, make sure it's all set to go, and we'll start it over. 2 points so far for Sicard to take down, 1 point for Baldwin, the escape. Lancers, 2 pretty epic moments here so far tonight. Davidson Theomsey and Chris Garcia both getting victories for the Lancers against a very, very tough Milford squad. Sicard with the lead for the moment for Lawrence High. It's 2-1. Again, takedown for Sicard and an escape for Mason Baldwin. Baldwin with the takedown there, and it's a good one. Can he get the pin? Yes, he does. Nice job by Mason Baldwin for the first period pin. And we'll go to our final matchup of the night. It's the heavyweight matchup. This is Brandon Lavasta for Lawrence High and Hampton K. Cutter for Milford, and we are underway. Final matchup of the evening. Lavasta and K. Cutter. Brandon Lavasta, one of the leaders for the Lawrence High football team. Their season ended on Thanksgiving against Central Catholic. You can go back and check out that broadcast on the LPS Media YouTube channel, but football season is over. And Brandon Lavasta is the heavyweight here for Lawrence. And boy, Brandon Lavasta had a fantastic evening. As we mentioned earlier, a lot of the results from December 11th, the quad meet here in Lawrence. It was Waltham, Neshoba, and Cumberland, Rhode Island. Lavasta won all 3 of his matchups. 3-0 so far on the season for Brandon Lavasta, but he's got a tough task ahead of him here. Hampton K. Cutter is one of the better heavyweights in the state. Hampton K. Cutter, he goes high for a moment here on Lavasta. Lavasta trying to square up his opponent. No takedowns yet here in the first period. Brandon Lavasta, they call him BLT. He's trying to eat here today in this final matchup of the dual meet between Milford and Lawrence. Milford, a very strong performance. They're going to get the win in this dual meet. But Lawrence with 2 strong victories, showing some good promise against one of the best teams in the state this season and historically. The Lancers probably don't want to hear about any moral victories, but the victories by Garcia and Theomsey were pretty impressive here tonight as we go to the second period here between Lavasta and Hampton K. Cutter. Lavasta will start with the disadvantage here. And let's see if we can get him to his feet. The crowd trying to help him out. K. Cutter trying to keep him down. BLT rising to his feet. He's on his feet now. Hasn't escaped yet, though. Brought back down. Lavasta rising to his feet once again. He's on his feet. He's got the escape, and now he goes on the attack. And they're out of bounds over on the left side. Good job by BLT to escape there. He's got the lead. It's 1-0. Lavasta on top. Hampton K. Cutter against Brandon Lavasta here in this final matchup. 61-9 is the score here in the dual meet. Lancers with 2 victories, 1 decision and 1 pin. And here we are in the final matchup of the evening. Lavasta trying to get the win over K. Cutter. Lavasta with the 1-0 lead thanks to the escape. Second period here coming to a close momentarily. Going low is Hampton K. Cutter. Lavasta with a handle around the midsection. Now goes to the upper body. No points awarded for that exchange right there. Still 1-0. And that's the end of the second period. We go to the final period of this dual meet. Here in the third period, it's going to be Lavasta with the advantage, and Hampton K. Cutter will try to escape. Trying to escape, K. Cutter. Not yet, not yet. Lavasta has control still so far. Matchup is on the line here as they go out of bounds. Lavasta still in control with the 1-0 lead thanks to the escape in the second. But Hampton K. Cutter can tie it up if he can escape. Lavasta trying to control the midsection. Takes down K. Cutter. Whistles here. All right, so that's going to be 1 penalty point awarded. As you could hear the explanation from the referee, an illegal maneuver by Lavasta. It's a tough break for the Lancers. And now we're all tied up at 1. That 1 penalty point gives Hampton K. Cutter the opportunity to win the matchup on an escape here. If Lavasta hangs on, it would be a tie. If K. Cutter escapes, then he would have the lead. Lavasta still in control here, and K. Cutter gets the escape. That's a huge moment for Hampton K. Cutter. That's absolutely massive. It's 2-1. Milford's Hampton K. Cutter gets the escape on Lavasta. It's 2-1. Now Lavasta needs a takedown in order to regain the lead. Both of these wrestlers tired here as we get towards the end of the third period. One escape in the second for Lavasta. One penalty point awarded to Hampton K. Cutter, as well as the escape just a moment ago. It's 2-1. Milford trying to escape Lawrence here with a win in the heavyweight category. Time running out here in the third. Final period of the final matchup of the night. Lavasta going for the takedown, trying to take the lead against Hampton K. Cutter, and time runs out. Hampton K. Cutter gets the 2-1 decision victory over Brandon Lavasta. And folks, it's been a difficult night for the Lancers. They fall to Milford by the score of 64-9. 3 points awarded to Milford in this heavyweight matchup. A 2-1 decision goes to Hampton K. Cutter. But the Lancers did have their moments. Davidson Thiamsi with a first period pin and a 4-3 decision victory for Chris Garcia. That's what got Lawrence their 9 points on the board. So folks, we want to thank you so much for joining us here on LPS Media for our first broadcast of the winter season. We want to thank our producer and video editor, Mr. Luis Lopez. My name is Jay Oza. Thank you for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time.